Hey everybody, it's Murgle, and today in this one we're going to be making another money-making guide in Classics. So we are in Azure, and we're going to be fishing in these patches of elemental water. Now you can see with my fishing buddy, I downloaded it recently. I've been here longer than fishing buddy shows, but I wouldn't say by that much. I've caught maybe 20 essences of water, and it's only got about, I think, 10 recorded across all this because it's not counted as one area. But it's pretty good money making. And it's fishing, and I like it because fishing is relaxed, it's chilled. You can do fishing typically while doing something else because all you gotta do is click the bobber when you hear it. And the way this fishing works is it's very relaxed because the spawn locations of these patches are very, very spread out. So you spend a lot of time moving. I think it's like right here, right here, right here. You got one here, here, and here. So you've only got 6 locations, and you do big loops. But when you're fishing these, you get to swim a lot. So things I would recommend: one, you need a massive fishing. Look, I'm max level fishing, and I have the best fishing rod I have available to me right now, which is the big iron fishing pole, which gives plus 20, and I can't even cast out. As you see, I'm spamming fishing buddies left or right click, and I can't even cast into the water. So you're gonna need this. You're gonna need a bunch of these Aqua dynamic fishing attractors. This is made with a engineer, or you can buy them at certain vendors, but they're limited stock. So I would either say A, look on the auction house, or B, you can make them with engineering, and they're not that expensive. Only cost a couple bronze bars, night crawlers, and of course blasting powder. You make 3 at a time. Very easy to stockpile these very, very fast. So even with this, when I get to 420 fishing, you still can fail the cast. You're not even guaranteed to catch it. So it's very, very, very high skill cap, whatever this is. Like, it's very high. But go ahead and catch this patch. Now, things to say about these patches. Whenever they're up, you will see multiple in a loop. Like, you'll always run into them. And it seems like you can constantly keep running into them for quite a duration. And there you go, even the first cast. You can get multiple essences per patch. It's about, I'd say, an average of 1 per patch of water that you find. Now, the essence of water is one of the more expensive because typically they're harder to farm. You need a very, very high fishing level to do this, or you can go kill them in the locations in like Fellwood or Eastern Plaguelands. There's a couple elementals that drop essences of water, but they're very, very small amounts of spawns. And look, your fish got away. I failed it even with 420 fishing level right now. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's a very, very high level. Other bonuses you can get: you can technically get fishing on your gloves, and that's it right now. You can't even get anything else. But there you go. 2 essences in a row. You can get, like I said, multiple per patch. Good example. I'd say the average per hour is anywhere between 4 to 10. You know, it's all RNG based, but that's really, really good money because the essence of water, they... well, that is not a good example of a pool. This is obviously very good because I'm recording and just got very lucky. But the average per pool, anywhere between 1 to 2, I would say. And the average per hour, 4 to 10. The essence of water, worth anywhere between 10 to 15 gold. Depends on your server, I would say. Sometimes maybe as low as 8, but it's still good money, even if they're all the way down to 8. As you saw, I equipped my Azure Silk Belt. Any tailor can make this. It's only about 175 tailoring, and it's learned from a trainer, so it's not exactly rare by any means. And very, very simple to get. It's only a couple silk cloth and stuff like that. But the effect, because you're always swimming around, 15% swim speed, is very, very good. Now, this does not stack with druids, so if you're a druid doing this, I wouldn't bother. You're just going to be wasting money getting it. It's not even going to help you. But every other class can benefit from the fact that increased swim speed is very useful for something that you spend like 90% of your time swimming. So, when you're coming here, make sure you get a bunch of these. Make sure you have the little belts. I would opt for this if your Alliance Horde have a quest they can do for a fishing pole that gives plus 25. Somewhere in, I want to say, Arathi Highlands. So go ahead and get that too. Now we're going to stop at all the pool locations, and then we're going to talk just a little bit more. Alright, as you see, we swam out to this location over here. We're at the farthest one in, like, to reach, I would say, of all the locations. And once you get out here, it always spawns in this oddball location. Now, being a gnome, it's kind of hard for me to fish there, so you have to stand in a weird way so that you can cast out. And as you saw, the bobber usually runs out because the distance between these pools is pretty far. The only class I'd say would probably have enough swim speed to reach each one and have their bobber maybe intact would be Druid. So if you're going to farm this, Druid is best, I would say, since you have the fastest swim speed. But you gotta get in a way. There you go. You see, I cast out. So we're gonna fish up this pool, see how much we get, and we'll move to all the locations. And there you see, I fished out only 2 things in that pool. Got an elemental water and a globe, 2 globes of water from a single cast. These things are worth much less, of course, from the essences, but still vendor money, I guess. You know, you can post them on the auction house, but you see, even my TSM is telling me they're worth a very little profit. You know, you can post them if you want, but in the end, it's usually not worth it. Here we are at the Southernmost Island, and again, another patch right there. We're going to fish it out, and then we'll move on. Alright, we're at one of the other spawn locations. It's not up, but it is this middle island right here. And I can't remember if it spawns this spot or right here. I want to say it's right here, but this middle island can spawn again. So we're going to move to another location and check once more. Well, we're at the other fishing location, you can see. I haven't really seen anybody else doing this, like 2 people. And here is a guy, he's fishing. It's at the southern tip of this little island right here. And he was just casting out. Now, it wasn't here. I don't know, he was fishing in open water, which is something I'm actually going to explain when we're done. But we're going to visit the last location we haven't been to yet. And then we'll finish up. Alright, now the last spawn location is on this rock right here. North of the 3 little here. And then there's a couple patches right here. This one, you can see it in the water right there. And then you would go back and back and back and back and do loops. Whatever is most convenient for you, whichever way you like to do it. I like doing, you know, normal clockwise loops. And again, I like this method because it's very relaxed. But we'll go back to the start where we began, and then I'll wrap this up. Okay, so we're going to wrap things up here. Now, there will be times when you have to fish directly into the open water. Because for some reason, I mean, it makes sense, but occasionally these waters will just stop spawning for a duration. It's not super long, but it's also not super short. So if you do like 2 loops and you don't see any pools of water at all, then what you want to do is just equip like 3 bobbers fishing in the open water for like 15 minutes, and then do a loop and check again. Because I can't pinpoint how long it is. I have no idea, but it doesn't feel like it's that long. Because I've spent, you know, a decent bit of hours here fishing recently. And, yeah, I guess it's just so you don't infinitely farm these for essence of water and stuff like that, which makes sense. But fishing in the open water is very profitable, especially now. I waited till today specifically to make this video because I was waiting for when winter squid became available to catch. And it is today. Now, winter squid gives you grilled squid, and this buff food gives you 10 agility, which is going to be very, very popular. 10 agility, you know, it's the best DPS food right now, pretty much, for melee DPS, and it's good for hunters. I mean, it's just very, very good, and yeah, it's not very expensive to make either. You just need 1 winter squid and 1 soothing spice, and they just became available to catch today. So, you know, get out there and fish now, and you might make a bit of money selling those even. You can also get stone scale eels. The chance to catch these, I think, is affected by the time of day. So you'll get more at like night times and morning times and stuff like that. But you can get it any time of the day. And you can get this for stone scale oil. This is a very useful oil in a lot of things. It's used in like the armor oil. It's used in plenty of different utility buffs for tanks. And then one more thing I was hoping to catch. It's a I don't have the cooking recipe for this, but it's called Mitefish steak. You can catch large raw mitefish here, and the mitefish steak gives 10 stamina. So I think that's the highest stam boost. Well, it's not the highest. I think you can get 12 right now, but it's one of them, more convenient. So you can get a lot of large raw mitefish pretty easily while doing this. So it can be profitable to fish even in the open water when none of the pools are spawning. And I managed to get 6 essence of water in the time I recorded this. It only took me about 20 minutes, I'd say, at most. And yeah, it's good money. That's like 60 gold at minimum for me. So, anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I love fishing, so I probably will make more fishing videos in the future. But I will see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.